call into the program and ask questions from our guest. Once again, welcome to On Record, where every word matters. Nigeria faces critical societal challenges deeply entrenched within its communities. The widespread issue of drug abuse. Now, recent findings from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) revealed a staggering reality. An estimated 14.3 million Nigerians aged between 15 and 64 are entangled in drug abuse. Notably, recent surveys indicate a significant shift in this landscape, with an increasing number of women becoming participants in this alarming trend, marking a notable change in the face of drug abuse in the country. Recent comprehensive surveys shed light on the severity of this crisis within Nigeria. An astonishing 14.3 million adults aged 15 to 64, constituting approximately 14.4% of the national population, have engaged in consuming psychoactive substances, including tobacco or alcohol, within the past year. Now, further emphasizing the severity of the issue, 1 in every 5 individuals grappling with substance use in Nigeria suffers from a substance use disorder, a rate surpassing the global average by twofold. Of growing concern among officials is the escalating number of women, accounting for 1 in 4 persons engaged in drug use within Nigeria. Traditionally, global trends indicate a higher prevalence of drug use among men compared to women. However, Nigeria's scenario presents a less pronounced gender gap in the non-medical consumption of prescription opioids, tranquilizers, and codeine-contained cough syrups. Now, these trends and the escalating drug use among women in Nigeria pose a critical concern due to the unique consequences women face in drug use. Coupled with social and structural barriers, women's limited utilization of drug treatment facilities remain a significant issue. Shockingly, 1 in every 4 persons engaged in drug use in Nigeria is a woman. Only 1 in 20 seeking treatment for drug use falls within the female category. Numerous risk factors contribute to substance misuse and surge among young adults in Nigeria. These factors encompass antisocial behavior, family conflict, peer influence, substance accessibility, and societal norms conducive to substance use. However, delving into the intersection of adverse childhood experiences with recognized risk factors in individual, peer, and family and community settings remains an unexplored area. Studies correlating ACE with health behaviors such as substance misuse reveal an emerging connection. Yet, the examination of ACE and their implications for health behaviors, including substance misuse, remains relatively limited within the African context. So, have you got questions for my guest this morning? The phone line 0700 1021 1021 will be open shortly. And in the meantime, you can also send a WhatsApp message to 0907 224 5018. 0907 224 5018. We'll take a breather now, and when we return, we begin the conversation. Stay tuned.
Picture this: you, your family, and friends cruising glass full and having the time of your lives this Christmas. That's right, this Christmas at High Impact Cruise, we are turning up the fun factor to 11. Join us on December 10th at our Fresco Cruise. Treat yourselves to an extraordinary night of indulgence surrounded by Lagos water. On December 25th for the Santa Cruise, and on December 26th for our Silent Disco Cruise. Bid farewell to the year in style at the Groovy Cruise on December 30th, and start the new year with a bang at the Symphony Cruise on January 1st. All cruises are on lock from 4 p.m. p.m. to 7 p.m. This December is gonna be lit. For inquiries, please call 0815-181-9580 or 0818-824-5734 or visit www.highimpactcruise.com. You can visit us at High Impact Cruise Boarding Terminal opposite Lagos House, Outer Marina, Lagos. High Impact Cruise. Dream, discover, explore.
Hey you, do you know where we're going this Christmas?
Do you want to know what we are up to?
Our daddy is taking us to Impact Planet Amusement Park and Resort to experience Christmas magic and more.
Yay! I love magical experiences. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mommy says there will be ice cream and delicious meals.
Plus the Ferris wheel and other fun rides in the mini playground. Experience magic like never before this Christmas from the 22nd of December to the 2nd of January 2024 at Impact Planet.
Located at Kilometer 12, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, opposite Mountain Top University, Ibadan, Ogun State.
You better be there or you miss out on all the fun we are going to be having. Tell your mommy and daddy that there will be a 10% discount when they book a minimum of 2 nights between October 9th and November 31st.
Wow. For more inquiries, visit www.highimpactplanet.com or call 0814-229-9590 or 0812-271-4373.
High Impact Planet Amusement Park and Resort. Fun just got real!
If it's public opinion, expert analysis, information that matters to you, we have it on record. Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. Call us 0700-1021-1021. WhatsApp 0907-224-5018.
Welcome back to On Record, where every word matters on High Impact 102.1 FM. Don't forget you can join the conversation by calling 0700 1021 1021, 0700 1021 1021, or you can send WhatsApp message to 0907 224 5018, 0907 224 5018. The topic for discussion this morning is the alarming trend of drug misuse among Nigerian youths. And our guest is Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Good morning, sir, and welcome to On Record.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sparing time to join the discussion this morning.
It's my pleasure.
All right. The topic, like I said earlier on, is alarming trend of drug misuse among Nigerian youths. This is a topic that we are not really paying attention to, but I think we really need to pay attention to this because
I'm getting difficult to hear you.
All right, okay, let me come again. I said the topic for discussion this morning is the alarming trend of drug misuse among Nigerian youths. Now, drug misuse among Nigerian youths, it's a trending topic. It has always been trending, but it has not been given so much emphasis, has not been given so much consideration. But like they say, the youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and we really need to put consideration into drug misuse. So my first question goes like this. Considering the evolving landscape of drug abuse, particularly more women involved, what community-centered initiatives or support networks, both legal or social, do you believe could provide a tailored assistance?
Can you be more audible, please?
All right. Okay.
I can hardly hear what you're saying. I'm forcing myself.
All right. So the question I'm asking is, considering the evolving landscape of drug abuse, particularly with more women involved, what community-centered initiative or support networks, both legal or social, do you believe could provide a tailored assistance for women facing substance misuse challenges?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Did you get my question?
I can't get it. I don't like it.
All right, okay, let me state it again. Considering the evolving landscape of drug abuse, particularly with more women involved, what community-centered initiatives or support networks, that's both legal and social, do you believe could provide a tailored assistance for women facing substance misuse challenges?
What kind of assistance, or what do you say?
Yes, what support network, both legal or social, do you believe could provide a tailored assistance for women facing substance misuse?
Well, I'm forcing my.
All right, let's go on a short break and we'll be right back.
On record.
Every word matters.
Welcome to On Record.
Every word matters.
What I want to do is to take Nigeria from consumption to production.
My name is Mr. Innocent Chuboma. I started by trading on motorcycle scrappers.
They really ask, how much is the Nigerian life worth?
Policing is everybody's business, not the business of the men on uniform alone.
We will establish student loan 4 years course. Must be 4 years course.
When you dispense, a pharmacist dispenses a drug to a patient, the name of the drug must be written on the envelope.
On Record is a 45-minute program where we discuss the actions, inactions of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as business and health affairs that shape our worldview.
Join us 9 a.m. every weekday on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. On Record.
Every word matters.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Venue on the Sea. A perfect and top-notch location for your special social and corporate occasions. Here at High Impact Cruise, we handle your events with elegance while providing you with outstanding service. An amazing experience you will never forget. For more inquiries, call 0815-181-9580, 0818-824-5734, or visit www.highimpactcruise.com. High Impact Cruise, dream, discover, explore.
Welcome back to On Record, where every word matters. The topic for discussion today is alarming trend of drug misuse among Nigerian youth. Nigeria faces critical societal challenges deeply entrenched within its communities. That's the widespread use of or misuse of drug abuse. Misuse of drugs, rather. Now, in recent findings, like I said earlier on, an estimated 14.3 million Nigerians, that's aged between 15 and 64, are entangled in drug abuse. This is a major concern for Nigeria because drug abuse is really ruining lives of the youths. If you look at out of 10 youth, you could find one or two of them that's involved in drug abuse. And the thing is, different people use drugs for so many things. I mean, there's the issue of self-medication. I mean, if you go into self-medication, it's another form of drug abuse because naturally or basically, whenever you feel you're not feeling too well, you're supposed to go to a pharmacist or see a doctor and get prescriptions. But Nigerians like over-the-counter drugs. We just like to go to the pharmacist and just complain of I have a headache, just give me something, and you use it. That's also drug abuse. All right, we have our guest in. Good morning, Barrister. Welcome again, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid.
Thank you for having me back.
All right.
Thanks to network.
Yes. Okay, so I think you can hear me clearly now.
Yes, I think so.
All right. So the first question I was asking before is, what community-centered initiatives or support networks could provide a tailored assistance for women facing substance misuse challenges?
I think the major support for people is to educate them, is to let them know the impact of drug and the negative impact in that matter. What are the things that can likely cause, and give them those education and propagate it very well. When people are educated about the negative impact of it, they will know that they may likely be ruining their lives if they engage in that. So the most important way is that for a thing to do first is to educate them, and then when you educate them, you and those who are already engaged in it, you provide an avenue to also talk to them and know what is happening, and then how to rehabilitate them. Because if some people engage in it without without knowing what he or she was doing, being addicted to it because of a peer group influence.
Yes.
Or because of just a societal influence. So when you educate these people, when you bring them together, and then I'm talking about those who are involved now. Bring them together, rehabilitate them, let them see reason why this is not good and this is not that. Because these days, I don't know what they see in the thing that would cause issue. Because I don't understand why somebody would know that this is bad to my affect my head or my sense in a negative manner, and it will engage in it. Something must be wrong. So and that's why I say education, and then you ask questions, and then in that regard you know where to move to.
All right, thank you very much. Now, you mentioned education, which also leads me to my second question. What's the best approach that could be adopted to incorporate counseling or mental health support, for drug rehabilitation programs? What approach or how best can we incorporate counseling and mental health support?
Yes, education and counseling are together. When you counsel people, you are educating them in a way. And this is a matter for those who are involved in those particularly NDLEA. It should be their major responsibility to ensure that these are the things they should be doing, rather than staying on the road and looking for people they will catch and then or whatever. I think they should invest more in counseling and education in that regard, rather than just trying to make money from people, because that's why I see them do these days. They will just stand in one corner or one angle and looking for people or start raiding people along the line without making any effort to see how you can rehabilitate or how you can even change the society, how to make them understand that this thing they are doing is not in order. So for me, the counseling, like you said, you are right, is one of it, and then the NGOs have to come into play as well to help matters and then to do things. This involves a lot of money in a way. So when you have the people who are into it, and then there's the money available, the government should also support by providing an enabling environment for them to be able to do this. And then in that regard, people will likely get a result from it. People may think twice, and then they realize that they are making an error.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I would also like to direct our attention to rehabilitation centers. If you look at some, if not most of these rehabilitation centers, it's in a deplorable situation. The number of patients there, it's like it's overstretched. So how can the government improve our rehabilitation centers? Because this is where education is supposed to be tailored. This is where they get to be educated, reintegrated back into the society if possible.
Do we have any special, apart from the NGOs and those? I'm not even aware that the government has a proper rehabilitation center for anybody, whether for drug, whether for anything like that. The government, and that's why I say the government should provide an enabling environment. There is no enabling environment in that regard. Government is not doing enough to ensure that, look, these things that are needed are provided. There is no facility to do that. There's nothing. Most one that you have around probably is owned by private individuals or NGOs. So we need, like you said, we don't have a proper rehabilitation center, so to call, to rehabilitate people. Because, in fact, when you look at our people who have been, rather than rehabilitate some of them, they prefer to even take them to court, jail them, and then they make them more criminal. So, as far as I'm concerned, the government need to do more in terms of providing that enabling environment and the facility required to do that. They should not just leave it to, they should not just be concerned about arresting people, taking them to court and jailing them or whatever. They will make them more adding.
Thank you very much. Now, one of the drugs that has been abused over time is opioid. Now, the misuse of opioids is something that we really need to pay attention to, while also trying to curb the access towards it, the legal regulations to it. So how can we have a legal regulation, a medical guidance, also while ensuring that there's legitimate access for those in need of this prescription opioid?
Another major obstacle is that most of these people engage in this. Most people engage in this are doing it secretly. Most people don't even understand. They don't even know them. They don't even want people to know that they are doing this because they know it's illegal, it's not proper. And then even where they have it, rather than the government take a proper action to see them rehabilitated, like I said earlier on, what they will be after is how to put them into prison or to even jail them or to take them to court. You see, the issue is there's a lot of blockage and limitations regarding people who have to do this. Finances and it's one limitation, like I said earlier on.
Yes.
And then so if you don't have money, you can't do some of these things, and that's why I say government must be interested in ensuring that, look, we have a functional rehabilitation center, we have a rehabilitation center with a facility to provide what is required to rehabilitate people who are into this drug.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Another question is the disparity between women engaging in drug abuse and, of course, those actually seeking treatment. Now, so how can we differentiate this? What reforms or community-driven initiatives could encourage more women to step forward for help?
What did you say?
I said there's this disparity between women engaging in drug abuse and those actually seeking treatment. Now, so what social reforms or community-driven initiatives could encourage women actually seeking treatment to step forward for help?
Like I said, our society is a society whereby people, everything is in secrecy. People see so many things that are normal, that are supposed to be open so that they will get solution as what they should keep a secret. People, there is this tag when you are seen as a drug addict or whatever, this tag on you, and then they are afraid of if I open up, I may likely be taken to court or jail or this and that. Those are the issues that are limiting some of them to. And in our society, when you see women engage in such a act, it's abnormal as far as we are concerned. We believe in our society here that only men should be doing those kind of a thing. And so when you now see any woman doing that, you are a girl doing that, it will become something that is strange. But these days are like the Gen Zs. That's no longer an issue because there's now free for all, whether a male or female. They are all engaged in it now. Our young ones are even more involved in this drugs. Drugs is not only about mixture of so many things together, what they do, and I don't understand it. I don't even understand the basis upon which they do it. Sometimes they take these things and they become useless, and they become disgraceful to society in a way, and they will still continue to do it, and I don't know the basis for what they do. So for me, like I said, the government need to play a major role in this. Can't leave it to the NGOs alone. You can't make it an issue of a criminal act. You can't make it an issue of we must jail you, must sentence you to prison with this and that and that. You must find a way of rehabilitating them and see reason why some of them are engaged into it. Some are misled into it. Some are not. Some doesn't understand it when they were doing it. We need to do more in terms of counseling and education.
All right, just before we go on a short break, another problem with drug abuse is the stigma. Because some families, the stigma, the embarrassment of coming out to say, "Oh, my child is a drug addict." What can the government do? What can the people do to eradicate the stigma?
It's all about education and counseling. Education. That's all we need to do. When people are educated and know that, look, what you need to do is to counseling these people, is to give them reasons why they should not be going to it. Then people will not see it as they will not be advising them. That is not the case here. So we need more education in that regard.
All right, thank you very much for that question. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the discussion. Stay tuned.
Venue on the Sea. A perfect and top-notch location for your special social and corporate occasions. Here at High Impact Cruise, we handle your events with elegance while providing you with outstanding service. An amazing experience you will never forget. For more inquiries, call 0815-181-9580, 0818-824-5734, or visit www.highimpactcruise.com. High Impact Cruise, dream, discover, explore.
Welcome to On Record.
Every word matters.
What I want to do is to take Nigeria from consumption to production.
My name is Mr. Innocent Chuboma. I started by trading on motorcycle scrappers.
They really ask, how much is the Nigerian life worth?
Policing is everybody's business, not the business of the men on uniform alone.
We will establish student loan 4 years course. Must be 4 years course.
When you dispense, a pharmacist dispenses a drug to a patient, the name of the drug must be written on the envelope.
On Record is a 45-minute program where we discuss the actions, inactions of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as business and health affairs that shape our worldview.
Join us 9 a.m. every weekday on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. On Record.
Every word matters.
Welcome back to On Record, where every word matters on High Impact 102.1 FM. We're still looking at the alarming trend of drug misuse among Nigerian youth, and we are joined by Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Don't forget you can also join the conversation by calling 0700 1021 1021, or you can send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. Now, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, let's look at the global drug trade. Let's look at drug trafficking. What international collaborations and legal measures could be employed to mitigate drug trafficking and, of course, prevent inflow of illicit substances into the country?
Can you please come again?
I said we're looking at the global drug trade now. So what best measures could be explored to mitigate drug trafficking and also prevent the inflow of illicit substances into the country?
Yeah, like I said, it's just about education, and then when people know the consequences of what they are doing, they may not go into it. But notwithstanding, it's not about the influence, the one that comes in that there are local ones that have been produced here that we don't even take seriously.
Yes,
that are also part of it. So if we look at the influence of what's it called, drug abuse from foreign countries or to Nigeria or whatever, we also import. Don't also forget that people from Nigeria also import abroad. Where do they come from? That is the question to ask. Where do they get it from? Where are the things they've been done? So the issue is more of like I said, is the major solution to this is one of it is education. So and the international community take this seriously, because I know in some country when you are caught with drug, it's death sentence and you are gone. That's all. So I think we should also take it seriously in this country, that when you make people this kind of a serious offense and people are seen to be punished for it, people will not engage in it so much, and then the influence of it will be reduced.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Now, one thing I've always thought about is some of these drugs are bought over the counter, and though there are some drugs that you would not get access to without a doctor's prescription. Now, do you think that if for instance, it's been made a law that certain, if not all, but maybe 70% of drugs in Nigeria would require a doctor's prescription to get it, and if not, such persons should be reported to authorities?
I think it's a law already. It's a law. You can't just be buying drug anyhow. But in Nigeria, it's not. Well, we don't. We are a country where law does not matter. Sometimes it's all about money. People who say these things, when you say, most of them will not even ask you for anything to say, because they want to sell and they know they are doing illegal things. So we are not in a country where people follow the law and then do things the right way. They know that, look, if I sell, they may likely be caught. But in Nigeria, people sell it even without even asking you for any prescription, even ordinary. So the issue of prescription, if you are, I doubt if any pharmaceutical company in this pharmacy in this country will be going by way of where's your prescription before I can sell just to you. People will not likely not. They will see that I will not sell it, because if I don't do it now, they will go elsewhere and other people will sell to them. So until we punish people for breaking the law, when we punish people for breaking the law, people who are not being done, because I'm aware you cannot just go to ordinarily. I'm not aware of any law that says just go to anything and just buy any drug you want to buy. There is a law already on ground that you must have a prescription for you to use to buy a drug, but people don't comply with it. That is the issue. Implementation and enforcement of it is a major problem. So we should rather concern ourselves with the implementation and enforcement rather than be looking for a new law to implement that and to enforce that.
All right. Now, so how can these pharmacies, drugstores, how can we curb the trend of, because yes, just like you rightly said, if someone comes to my store now and he doesn't have a doctor's prescription and I decide not to sell to him, I'll be like, if this person will go to another place and get this, let me just make my money. So what can be done to maybe there should be consequences, or how can this be monitored, or how can we ensure that these drugstores and pharmacies comply to the laws in the land?
That's why we are lacking. We are lacking that regard. The enforcement is the issue we are lacking in. It is a problem. It's a very difficult situation. It's about individuals. It's about people. People that will enforce are always compromised. So when you are compromised, there's no way you can get it right. They have the associations and they always tell them this, but they go against it and nothing will happen. So if the people are being punished for it, and then there won't be anything, it will be reduced to anything. So we should work more on our enforcement and punishment of people who are committing this kind of a crime.
All right, thank you very much for that.
It's a serious crime.
All right, thank you very much. Now, how can societal structures ensure that child care support or established safe spaces within the treatment centers, removing obstacles for women seeking help. Okay, now to enhance access for women to drug treatment facilities, how can societal structures ensure that child care support, within treatment centers is possible, removing obstacles for women seeking help?
How can you see this should be a general thing. It should not be only about women.
Okay.
It should be about general things. It should be about everybody. Because we are all, whether women, whether men, whether a boy or girl, they are all men and so they are all a part of the society. And whatever they do that is negative, it will impact on the society. The women can also, so like I said, I know we often talk about the women being fragile, and then we should take them more more concern about women. That I know that if there is no what's it called, no proper program for both of them, it may likely affect even the women when they're taking care of them.
All right, thank you very much. Now, considering the pervasive stigma around drug addiction, what societal changes, be it legal or public awareness campaigns, could foster a more understanding and supportive environment for individuals seeking recovery and, of course, reintegration?
What more?
What
more? What?
I'm saying, what societal changes could foster a more understanding and supportive environment for those seeking recovery and reintegration?
Yeah, they need more. What the society should give them is support, more encouragement in terms of ensuring, educating them as well, asking that, letting them know that this is bad, not making them what's it called, a stigma, seeing them as what's it called, outcast. That will not help. What you need to do is to come closer to them, give them advice, and then let them see the reason why they should not continue what they are doing.
All right, thank you very much. Now,
society should give them more support.
All right, thank you.
More encouragement in terms of not doing it.
All right, thank you very much. Now, what collaborative endeavors could uplift marginalized communities, by creating sustainable job opportunities or fostering educational programs?
Are we linking a lack of a job to why people are taking drugs? If that is the case, for me, that's not the issue, because I know people who are well-to-do, are rich, who have a good job, and who are still into this. I think it's a menace.
Depression could also lead to drug abuse. Depression. When you
I agree with you, but that's not the major. Yes, it cannot be. Yes, I agree with you. Some people, because they don't have anything doing there, and they kind of peers they mingle with the kind of society and the area where they are, they become influenced by the people. Well, like I said again, it is not only about people who are in those categories. People who are even rich, some of them are into it, and they know what to do. They know how to do it. Their own is more. Let me see, how do I put it? I'm looking for the correct adjective in that regard. They are more fanciful in doing their own. If that is correct. So I think yes, I agree with you. They provide more job for people if people are more occupied. But like I said again, that is not the basis why some of them are doing it. There are other things. These things, once you are addicted to it, it's an addiction. Just like ordinary drinks. Some people are used to taking a particular drink, and when they don't take it in a day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are not okay. So it's an addiction. And what you are addicted to it is your level of in society may not determine what you are doing. May not even understand it.
All right.
You see people smoking cigarettes, and despite the fact that those people making the cigarette will tell you smokers are liable to die young, and people are still taking it.
Another area, or another what also encourages drug abuse is peer pressure. Yes, whether we like it or not, peer pressure also influences drug abuse. Neglect, rejection. So how best? Because this time around, the families of such children or youth, what do you think they can do to come in at this point, to curb peer pressure, neglect, rejection? Because these are some of the things that actually lead to drug abuse.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I mentioned it earlier on, that peer group is about influence. People are influenced by other people they are aligned with. So they are more they influence them. And we have a situation where even some parents they are not helping matter. They try to cover up rather than they try to cover up rather than what's it called? Rather than open up and then expose their children who are doing the wrong thing or find a solution to help them out. That most times they cover up and see it as a way of protecting their children. So we need to speak out. People need to seek for protection, and then when you speak out, they should not take it as an offense against you. They should not see a reason why they should take you to court or ask you. They should be looking for how to rehabilitate you, not a situation whereby they not say, okay, so you are this and that, we are taking you to court, we are going to be charged, this and that. Just like what they are doing to the people they call Boko Haram. They say they have repented, and then they will say they are giving them amnesty. So once you come out clean and say, look, I am involved in this, I need solution. Please, what they should do is to look for a solution for them, and then they're not just to make them a scapegoat and say they want to punish them. So we all need to have a role to play in it. The family, the parents, unfortunately, the major thing we are having problem in this society is that kind of training that we had when we were growing up is no longer available. We now have this society whereby everybody is on his own, and that is creating a lot of problem. When I was growing up, I lived in a community, and I was being trained by a community. In other words, anybody can visit me, whether you are from my family or not. Once I do anything that is wrong, punishment. These days, everybody is on his own. You may not even know. Some people don't even know their neighbor, and they've been living together for years. So these are the issues. We need to cultivate that bit of being a community living, and then seeing ourselves as because if you are living in a community and you are into that kind of thing, people will know.
Yes.
And then they will quickly expose you, and then they will look for solution to that.
All right, thank you very much, Barrister Tuji Amni. Thank you for the impactful discussion. Thank you. We hope to hear from you again.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much. All right, this is where we round off on the program on record where every word matters on High Impact 102.1 FM. Thank you for tuning in. Join us tomorrow 9 a.m. as we treat you to some impactful discussion. Many thanks to our listeners and to my producer, Temitokwe Arogundade. I am Olumide Shukoya. Good morning.
Welcome to